Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Megan, of course, Brandon Wenzel, come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I need to shave the sides of my head. When I do these videos, you become more aware of some of the things, and, I got a little bit of the silver coming in. And I'm a little self-conscious, a little bit. It's like, not a lot. I'm getting older. I'm damn near 40. It's like, all right, Still. Plus, I just prefer having the sides and the back shaved anyway. Just easier to comb and stuff. But anyway, folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm in my truck and I'm wearing the grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's definitely the case today. I just got off of work maybe half hour ago, and I had a couple other things I needed to take care of, and I was like, man, I'm hungry, man. My whole lunch was an apple and a bag of Fritos, so I was like, I want something to, So I was originally going to go to Taco Bell, but I was like, I don't want to go to Taco Bell. So I was thinking of places, and then it clicked in my head. So, where did I go? What am I reviewing? What are we doing here? Well, folks, it's I've reviewed plenty of stuff from there by this point, because I stopped back at, boom, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Ooh, it's Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Ooh. And if you couldn't imagine, this is a smoothie. I specifically went over there. I checked their website to see what, monthly smoothies that they had available. And this particular one, because we are in October, season of spookiness and candy. This one is their chocolate truffle smoothie. It's a monthly one. Consists of chocolate, coconut, non-fat yogurt, and banana. It cost me $7.99. So, let's try out a nice frozen treat. It looks not unlike poo. But that's okay, because it's chocolate. It should look a little bit like poo. Not too much like poo. If it looks too much like poo, judgment call, but, err on the side of caution. Let's give it a go. Ooh, tasty. You don't really think of, I'm a man who's had a lot of smoothies in his day. More than probably any man oughta. I love frozen drinks. I get that from my mom. Yeah, man, it's like, you don't usually think of, smoothies in the light of, chocolate and, things like that. It's more like fruit-oriented. But, of course, that's not necessarily the case. Cookies and cream and all kinds of shit. I don't exactly know what the full definition of a smoothie is versus a shake, how that whole thing works out. But I can say this. This is tasty. I'm really enjoying the chocolate banana flavor combo there. I mean, chocolate covered bananas are fantastic. And it's just a really great flavor combination. So that's coming through really strong here. About the only thing that I was a little bit concerned with is the coconut, because I'm not a huge coconut person. It's just not my favorite thing. But if you use it in the right way, and I think in this case, it's less being used as an individual flavor and more as something to kind of go over there and accentuate some of the other flavors. Because what little coconut flavor there is in there, it really is somewhere kind of straight in between the coconut and the banana. And so it kind of just lends itself to both a little bit. Obviously coconut and chocolate is a pairing that insane people like. But, if you're going to eat coconut anyway, you might as well, cover it with something that actually tastes good. And to be fair, folks who might watch my videos, just ragging on it a little bit. If you like coconut, that's fine. You know what, though? Mounds and Almond Joy are terrible. They're practically fucking homework. They're not good. Ugh, I hate those things. Um, when I would get my Halloween candy as a kid, man, and you'd go through the bag, and you hit up like all your top stars. It's like, your full fucking, your frontline roster. You got like your Snickers, your Reese's, your Twix, stuff like that. Then you kind of move down a little bit, things that maybe aren't, quite your favorite, but you still like them a lot. You just kind of keep going down, and it's like, eventually, man, at the end of that bag, there'd just be like a bunch of like Smarties, and maybe you'd have like a popcorn ball, and then there would be the fucking Almond Joys and the Mounds. Why? And if you could trade them with somebody, but fucking I never knew anybody who wanted those damn things. This is really good though. And it's good on a lot of levels. I like the flavor pairing. I like that the coconut's not very prominent, but I do like that it kind of gives it a little, kind of accentuates things a little bit. And I also appreciate the fact that they use the fat-free yogurt for it, because it kind of adds a little bit of a lightness, especially with the coconut and the banana. Yeah, it's a little bit of a decadent treat, it's not, like the fruit-flavored ones, but it's not coming off like just, like I'm just having a big heart, not that I would mind realistically, but that I'm, just gobbling down a giant milkshake, like it's its own thing for sure, it has a lighter kind of overall impression on it. And I like it, man, it's good. It is a little bit sweet, it is a little bit decadent, but it's not going overboard, and the flavors are really good, man. It's just, I'll say this, could it be more chocolatey? It could be, but again, I think that comes down to them using the fat-free yogurt, and in this regard, personally, I think that it's actually rather nice. I could, if it were more chocolatey, I wouldn't be upset about it, but like I said, I think in this format, I think that works perfectly well. And, I mean, it's really good. It's, like I said, it's not like a shake. It's definitely its own thing. It's a little bit lighter composition and, again, maybe not quite as chocolatey, but not lacking in flavor. It's definitely got that flavor. So, I like this a lot. And I try to get the monthly ones that the Tropical Smoothie Cafe does. Sometimes I miss it, but I do try to keep on top of it because typically they're really good. And in this case, for sure, man, I think this is really good. They have another one, another monthly one called the Raspberry Truffle. Hopefully I'll get in to get that one. Just, depends on if I remember to do so properly. But all that said, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. So with the Tropical Smoothie Cafe stuff that I've tried, I don't even remember if I have a playlist for Tropical Smoothie Cafe yet. If I don't, I'm going to make one, because at this point I've reviewed enough of their stuff that it warrants its own playlist. But when it comes to Tropical Smoothie Cafe stuff, I've had, a number of their monthly items, a number of their normal menu items, and none of them have been bad, but it's been mixed. Some of them have been a little bit underwhelming. Think this one for me is definitely one that more than meets the expectations. I came into this expecting to like it, and I really ended up liking it. So I'm definitely a fan of this one. Now, if I'm going over there and I'm recommending it to somebody else, I mean, it is lighter than, again, like a chocolate shake would be. But at the end of the day, it's also probably a little bit heavier than like a standard smoothie, like your fruit smoothies. So, kind of gauge it for yourself, but I think if you can sort of allow yourself to, have that little fun, that little bit of decadence, I think this is like the appropriate amount. It's, because it's just decadent enough, just enough that it, kind of catches the sweet tooth, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like heavy or anything like that, so I don't think, unless you're not into chocolate, I guess, but that would be about the only people that I wouldn't think would like it. I guess maybe if you're not into banana, but the banana's not like the most prominent flavor there. So anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly chocolate-covered banana-tastic rest of your life. I mean, unless you don't like chocolate-covered bananas because you're some sort of, fucking ethereal monster. I mean, come on now. But Final two things before I get out of here. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. Okay? It's, for me personally, this is the start of a long week for me. Not too bad, to be fair. But we went over there, we're working a little extra overtime and everything. And that's not a bad thing, could definitely use it right now. But I also know that, come the end of the week, my feet are going to be tore up, my knees are going to be hurting, my shoulders are going to be wrecked, and that doesn't put you in a great mood. But it's important when we find ourselves in situations in our lives that are stressful, frustrating, etc., take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to try yourself out a chocolate, truffle, what the hell ever shake, the smoothie, as I have done here today. And maybe you're going to go over there, you're going to try it out, and you're going to be like, Brandon, you're a crazy person. I can go over there and I can taste the coconut and it's ridiculous and I can't even begin. How did you not taste it? And be like, all right, we're going to work our way back here, okay? Because there's several possibilities. I mean, for one, maybe my palate is just so screwed up from so many years of eating stuff and then, working in an environment where there's, industrial stuff. I mean, that could be a possibility for sure. But let's also examine your situation, okay? First things first, are you certain that you are trying the smoothie that I tried and not just eating a coconut? I've made that mistake before in life. Everybody's made that mistake before. You're lying if you say you haven't. And so then you go over there and you go back and you're like, you know what? You're right. I was just eating a coconut. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I just, it was a big old switcheroo kind of thing. And, I got to reassess myself and be like, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. We all have those moments in our lives where we mistake smoothies for coconuts or coconuts for smoothies. That's how I wanted to word that. Or conversely, maybe give this one a shot. It's pretty dang good. Bye.